Hello and welcome to a Bill with Bear bonus stream. That's right, it's the Wednesday bonus stream. Is it a bonus? I mean, it's the not build stream. We'll say that. It's the Wednesday not build stream. And I'm going to be playing some Hearthstone tonight. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm playing some Hearthstone, hanging out with you. I'm throwing the Barricade leg of the site, the moat into chat. I'm also hitting the applause because before the stream even started, Asmo subscribed Tier 1, renewed the subscription 33 months on a 33-month streak, and says 33 months, time for some new decks. Time to see some new decks, indeed. Welcome, thank you, Asmo. And yeah, right now we are just going to hang out here. We're going to see if a few more folks want to join us, which would be lovely if they do. They're under no obligation to do so. And I also know that of all the games I play, Hearthstone is the thing that I play the most. It's the most bonus stream that I do. So I can understand if people are like, I'm good. And also, obviously, there's some folks out there not super into the whole Activision Blizzard thing. And I get that. I understand that. I am happy to play the game without giving any money. And I haven't been giving any money in several years. In fact, the last mini expansion I was able to get purely with gold that I got for just playing. And obviously, playing is participating. I'm not saying that it's not. But in this particular instance, I'm not giving them cash money and have not for quite some time. Um, yeah, I got a couple decks. I'm psyched about them. One of which I think is very fun, and one of which I think isn't good yet, but could be. And it is unique in that it is a deck that I did not copy from some streamer or YouTuber. It is a deck that I was like, well, I have this card. I guess I'll try to make a deck around it. Hey, what's up, K Jedi? Welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. For the stream, my Hearthstone bonus stream. Of course, I will be building model kits tomorrow, but tonight is just kind of the back to basics, hanging out, playing some Hearthstone on a Wednesday night. This is the intro portion. As always, waiting to see if a few more folks want to join us. And I hope you're all doing well. But yeah, basically, it's a new month. My rank is low in both standard and wild. I got a new standard deck I'm trying out. I've got a wild deck that's pretty fun and is a take on one of my favorite things, which is the it is a deck that doesn't have many spells, and all the spells are high end, and you don't even want to cast those spells. You want to play battle cries or end of turn cards, minions that will use those spells. And then basically everything else is just playing around that. Is it better in Shaman than the Hunter deck that I'll be playing tonight? Assuredly. The Hunter deck I'm playing tonight, the Grand Spite Hunter deck, is a worse version. Is the N'Zoth Warrior that I'm making optimal? Not at all. Would it be better if I had more legendary cards mixed in that I don't own? Yes. Is it even a good deck? I don't think so. But it's it doesn't really have a win condition so much as just like board presence. But it's not fully an aggro deck either. I don't know. We're going to look at those in a couple minutes. This is the usual portion. We just wait for people to come in and hang out. But yeah, the real gist of it is, I wanted a standard deck that wasn't my standard evolved shaman deck because people are playing around that, and it wasn't that fun. Now in Wild, I don't care what I play because there are decks in Wild that I just hate and I'm going to auto concede to anyway. Tonight we'll try to beat some decks that I definitely don't think I will. We'll try to outpace the priest and beat the priest down before they can do all their stuff that's really annoying. And we will try to keep throwing waves of minions at the many mages that we'll be encountering, these secret mages. Now, the nice thing is, playing my Grand Spite Hunter deck is, hey, Shax, welcome. How's everybody doing? Well, I'm doing well, and I'm happy you're here. Thanks for being here. Thanks to everybody that's here. Again, we're in the intro portion. We're going to get into playing some Hearthstone, hanging out. But I'm just, yeah, welcome. Happy to have you here on this lovely Wednesday evening. The nice thing is I was saying about my Grand Spite Hunter deck is, I'm not going to want to play any spells outside of the coin. So I don't have to worry about counterspell too much. Because I'm just trying to make big turns. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be a fun little evening tonight. It won't be as long as our build streams tomorrow. I'll be finishing up the our well, what are we working on? I can't remember. We got a model kit. We got a high grade we're working on. We'll finish up that high grade. Oh, we are going to start tomorrow. Finally, the Kyrios Master Grade that won the poll that I sent out to in December to patrons and subscribers. I did a poll of like, hey, what should I buy with my Amazon gift cards? And that won the poll, and then I bought it and just haven't built it yet, and it's now February. So I should really build that. So we're going to do that next. So that'll be tomorrow night. Finishing up one kit, starting another. All right, let's see. Okay, I'm going to tweet out. Let's get into this. Let's look at what we've got going on here. I'm going to turn this. There's not really too much music to do because I keep everything at low volume, but we'll have a little background music as we play. And let's go into game footage. Great, here we go. I am using Deck Tracker, the app, the downloadable app. I'm using Deck Tracker, so that'll appear above me as we play. Let's look at our two decks tonight, the two new decks. We've got new N'Zoth Warrior. So basically, in a pack, I got N'Zoth, God of the Deep, aka new N'Zoth. The battle cry, resurrect a friendly minion of each minion type. So, I wanted to make a menagerie for N'Zoth. So I made a menagerie deck where I have a really cool this is a new dragon. I put one of the new dragons in. I've got Skyfin, which is if you're holding a dragon, you summon 2 random Murlocs. I should have a dragon because I got this dragon. I got a couple other dragons. Scrap Golem, which is a taunt, which is a good mech taunt. We got that. We'll come back to some other cards in here. Also, if you have a dragon with this, you're going to deal 5 damage for 4, which is good. That's a good cost. Do 5 damage for 4 to a minion. And if you have a dragon, you gain 5 armor. So it's already good with the dragon. Even better. This is not part of the menagerie and probably shouldn't be in this. But it's a good card. It's a rush card, and the Death Rattle is great, and it'll be great to come out later. So I'm including Kargoth, also because I have it, and I never use it because I rarely play this class. Q Cubed just subscribed with Prime. That's 6 months. Thank you so much for that, Q Cubed. Always appreciate it when people renew their subscriptions. Thank you for doing so. Welcome back, and hello. I'm talking about one of my 2 new decks that I'll be playing tonight. What else we got here? So, Barricade. Got a couple spells in here. Summon a 2/4 with go with taunt. If it's your only minion, you summon another. Is adding a 2/4 great? No. Is adding 2/4s, two 2/4s with taunt good? Certainly. So we'll do that too. We can draw some pirates. Our pirates on this end, we got another Murloc here, which will give a dragon a buff. That's a nice little thing. Also, it's a 2-drop to play. After your hero attacks, you give him mech, dragon, and pirate in your hand. +1/+1. Felt like a good card to throw in there. Sky Raider is our light card here. And Boom Squad discovers a lackey, mech, or dragon. Now, if you have some cards in your hand that would benefit you very much for having dragons, like Molten Breath or Skyfin, adding a dragon to your hand is great. Lackeys can get you in trouble. Mechs might be good in standard. So yeah. Also, Scion of Ruin. Scion of Ruin is one of the best dragon cards in Warrior. It's Rush, Battlecry. If you've evoked twice, you summon 2 copies of this. So you get, for 4 mana, if you've invoked a couple times, you get yourself a whole big swing board. Now, that's why I have the Galakron package in here. 1, you draw a minion and you evoke, you can draw more. It gives you a little bit of defense with Shielded Galakrons. You get some of the only removal in this by having Ritual Chopper and Awaken. And felt like, I don't know, it felt like that package. Oh, and then of course you need Kronks. If you got Galakrons, you want to have Kronks in there to draw it or to do a devastation. Is this a good deck? No. Is this deck done? No. There are probably. This is a good pirate because it's cheap and also gets you more pirates. This deck probably needs another dragon because it only has 3 dragons in it. So it definitely probably needs a 3rd dragon. And maybe doesn't need any more mechs, but also maybe does need more. It might need more cards, but if you have a bunch of those cards, you're only getting 1 back. So you'd like to get, like, honestly, this is the only dragon that I want to show up is Runaway Blackwing, because at the end of your turn, you deal 9 damage to a random enemy minion. I want that to come back. That's a good card to have. I might need to craft the second one of these. I only have 1. So that's 1 deck. New N'Zoth Warrior. It's a standard deck. It's not great. It could be okay. Now let's look at my other deck that I think is fun. Oh, I got these. These decks are all these are all just for the quests, the weekly quests. Like this has all the corrupt cards in it available that I can play in a priest deck. This is all cards. I'll show you this. This is a wild hero power deck. This is not a deck we play tonight, but if this, you should ask me to get you this code if you want the deck code. If you want an easy way to use your hero power bunch, because this is all kinds of cards that help you, like your hero power costs less next turn. You can do hero power twice. You can target things with your hero power. And then it's got a as you use your hero power, you cast a secret, so it's got a secret package in there to actually thin down your deck to get you more of the cards that are let you play your hero power. But yeah, your next hero power costs 0, that kind of thing. You can refresh your hero power. You can use it, stuff like that. That's a very nonsense deck that I made for just that. And then for drawing cards to get that quest done. Here's the other one. This is my new wild deck. It is based very closely on some decks that I saw some wild Hearthstone streamers playing. So I used it and then made a couple adjustments here and there. What is this deck supposed to do? This deck wants you to play Spiteful Summoner. That's the spite part. Or Grand Archivist. Spiteful Summoner, Battle Cry, lets you pull out one of your spells from your deck, and then you summon a random minion with the same cost. So you get an 8-drop or 10-drop, because we only put high-cost spells. Call of the Wild and Nagrand Slam. Nagrand Slam is a fun little one. I've won a few games of the Grand Slam because I have played Grand Archivist. Grand Archivist, at the end of your turn, you cast a spell from your deck, target chosen randomly. Both of our spells do not target anything randomly. They are great to have. Now, it is difficult to pull out a Grand Spite, a Grand Summoner, or, a Spiteful Summoner or a Grand Archivist. We have a little bit of help getting us one of those cards out, which is Silver Vanguard recruits an 8-cost minion, which the only 8-cost minion we have in here is 2 Grand Archivists. So if we play that and it dies, we get this, and then it does its thing, which is great. We also have Seeping Oozling. This might be a card you've never seen in play because I didn't know I had it. I thought I had to craft these cards. I have 2 of these. This is a card that gets no play. Battle Cry, gain a death rattle of a random minion in your deck. So you play this on turn 6, you get the Battle Cry of your Silver Vanguard. Then when it dies, it'll summon the Grand Archivist. Now you're saying, Pat, there are 4 cards in here that want to pull 2 cards. Doesn't that mean you're going to pull your Grand Archivist all the time, making these cards useless? Like, if you draw 2 Silver Vanguards, doesn't it make Seeping Oozling totally useless? And the answer is yes. Which is why this deck is not as good as the Grand Spite Shaman version. It's not as good. Also, these spells aren't as good as the ones you can get with Druid, I should say, not Shaman, Druid. But the nice thing is, because the laws of That's Hearthstone indicate that if you need to pull these out, you're instead going to draw them, well, then you drew a card you want to draw. In the same way that this deck needs spells to stay in your deck and not draw them, you draw them and it sucks. It's the same thing. And the rest is just some beasts that do beast stuff. And of course, animated broomstick, which will give you rush. So if you play things off curve, you can then rush them in. It is great to play on turn 7 a Seeping Oozling, and then rush that Seeping Oozling into something to kill it, thus pulling out your 8-drop. Ooh, that's good when that happens. This deck is bad and fun, but it's bad. Also, Scavenging Hyena is in there just to be a target because, well, you want to do some stuff, and you want to have things, your rush minions that can kind of draw through your deck a bit. But really, honestly, Hyena's there just as a target because people think they need to kill it because they think you have a beast deck because all your early game is beasts. Bad and fun is my favorite kind of Hearthstone deck. Well, you're in the right place, K-Jedi, because that's how we operate. Like I said, if I could think of a busted deck, I would love to know a busted N'Zoth deck that that wins 10% of the time, but it's awesome. Right now, I've built an meagerly not great version of it. That's where we're at. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's time to play Hearthstone because we've been talking plenty. But let's start. As you can see, I am very poorly ranked in Standard because it's the beginning of a new month, and also I didn't do well in Standard last month. So let's try our new N'Zoth deck and see how we do. And we'll learn by doing. What's going on here? Oh, okay. People liking some stuff. Ooh, Grant retweeted. That's very nice of Grant. Appreciate that. Drink a little water here. All right, we found our worthy opponent this time. That's good. All right, we're playing a priest who likes being a priest because that when they could choose a shiny, they went with priest. This is a good 1-drop because we have very few 1-drops. This is a good 4-drop. We can get a dragon, and so we're going to keep this hand. I don't know what is a good starting hand for this deck yet. I do know that for this Menagerie to work, we have to play Menagerie cards. So I want to play Menagerie cards. That's something I do know. We do have a good thing. We have a couple good options for turn 4. We got ourselves, we got a Lackey. We got a Mech. We could put a bomb in their deck, but I'd rather have Brightwing. Now we have we can keep this until turn 5. If we don't have anything to play, we might have to play it. But if we play it, we get a random legendary minion in our hand, which is cool. I don't mind that. Our opponent didn't do anything. We are now seeing all of our mid game, which is, it's a thing. I don't mind having some mid options here. If we don't pull something we can play next turn, we might have to play Brightwing, especially if if our opponent's not going to do anything, we're not going to play Brightwing. Especially since we have so many good options, including building a board next turn with our spell. But our opponent isn't doing anything, so I'm not worried yet. I mean, I'm worried. I'm always worried. Okay. Reducing. All right. Got a big hand there. Reducing some spells. Sure. Again, if our opponent's not going to play anything because they're waiting for us to react, let's get some taunts on the board. Yeah, I mean, maybe they're going to play some stuff that's no, okay, they're not going to play anything. Sky Raider, that's fun to have there, but let's build some defense here. We have more defensive tools here. I would like to buff this if I could, but I don't have any way to do that right now. But we can also take advantage of Skyfin and really build the board here, or honestly, possibly rebuild the board because our opponent could wipe this board very easily because it's just 2 minions. Okay, what are you going to do? You got 5 mana. Okay, yeah, you're going to play a Convincing Infiltrator. Of course you're going to play a Convincing Infiltrator. Why would you not play a Convincing Infiltrator? So, let's, well, we can get Galakron out of our hand here next turn. Let's just do that. Let's just get Galakron out here. We're going to hit that with that. Can hit that with that. Can hit that there. Lose one of them. Get a pirate. Do I like putting things in their res pool? No. Do I see where this game is going to go? Of course. But I'm also trying to get better at this deck. So you can't get better at the deck unless you play it. And then think about how you played it. Okay. Board white, but we can rebuild pretty easily. We did get a pirate. So we can get Galakron. We've only invoked once. I think we should just build the board this way instead. Okay. We got ourselves a little bit of a board. Is it a good board? No. But we got a board. We can pull Galakron at any point. But this isn't a Galakron deck. This is a Menagerie deck. Alright, there we go. Pull Galakron. We'll buff some Galakron here. Let's get a little more armor. Not necessarily in a... I'm not... You know, I got our taunt. I'm new to Hearthstone. What is a board? Oh, the phrase having a board or building a board is just board presence. This is the game board. If you think of it in... Yikes. Okay. I mean, that's not a great Holy Nova. If you think of it as a game board, we are trying to put minions on the board that then can do damage. Or we're trying to do spells that do damage to face. So building a board is getting minions on the field so that you can... so that you can then swing in. A wide board or a big board. There are many boards. Hey, what if this was a thing that buffed Murlocs? Nope. Oh, cool. Well, we'll have more Murlocs soon. That's one of the worst standard Murlocs to just get. That's not the best. Now we don't need this, and we can just get another dragon. So why not? Or a legendary minion. But we don't need a dragon in our hand. Hey! Oh, this is a messed up friend. We got a rush friend. Well, if we pull one of our 3 weapons, we can buff our weapon. Yikes. 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 That's a 10-10 that comes back as a 3-1. Yikes. I don't have a lot of options on that one. Of course, we're now also not holding a dragon, but we can do 5 damage to it. That's pretty good. So we'll do damage to it. Let's hit it for 5. That's good. Let's put a cool card in our deck. This is great use of our mana. We could have done Devoted Maniac. We could have used all our mana here by having that, but I'd like to save it because I want to put a cool card in our deck. Also, we should probably find a turn to get Galakron out here. Pull Galakron out of our deck, but that's all right. We gotta hit this again, and then we at least got to do some damage in. Our opponent's res pool is bad, but it's always going to be bad because if this is a res priest deck, it's always going to be bad. Okay. Okay. Yeah, can't say I love playing against this deck, but, you know. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. These are all cool things that are happening right now. And I am sarcastic when I say that. Alright, let's see. All of this is asleep, so this does not help. I know we're going to hit that. We're going to hit that and kill something here. So that's fine. We'll play the 1-2, because I would actually prefer if that goes. Okay. We can play some stealth cards here. Guess we'll play one of these, because then we could draw a card at least if that passes on us. But we'll hit this. And we'll hit that. Okay, great. The 4-2. Cool. The best card on the board. Now, I could have played that the other way. I could have swung with this one first and then put out this as well. And I should have done that, and I didn't. So you can learn from my mistakes. That was suboptimal. But also, cool, cool, cool. All right, great. Plague of Death, cool, cool. All right, I have no dragons in my hand for that to help. Let's do this. And get some damage in by evoking. And I think next turn we gotta play Dragonhoof. I'm not thrilled about playing Dragonhoof there, but kind of gotta. Really hated to see that Plague of Death. I mean, it was a small board. It was a wide board, but it was all pretty small damage, so I don't hate that part. It's the part where I lost both of my draw cards, which I don't have much draw here, which is why I'm probably going to have to play Dragonhoof. Just to get something out of my deck, get something going for a future turn. I would love, since I both have both Scions of Ruin, I would love for a Scion of Ruin to get pulled out by Galakron's Battlecry. So, thinking next turn's got to be Dragonhoof, and, I mean, depending on when this card is, but, okay. Cartooth, I mean, I'll take Cartooth. It's not great, but I'll take it. Hey, it's N'Zoth. So I could just play N'Zoth right now, and I get a friendly minion of each type. I don't need, but I would like this mech to die first, because it's the only mech I've played this game. So we are definitely waiting on N'Zoth. But we're going to play that, because this gives us two options. I would love to, next turn, play one of my cards that makes this, that gives this one more upgrade, but that's okay. And we don't have a dragon in our hand, so we're not going to play this, because I would rather, well, we'll play that. I mean, hopefully our opponent doesn't have another Plague of Death, but if they do, yeah, they can take out this board. Okay, they had a Hysteria. That sucks, because it's just going to clear my board. It's going to give us some armor. That was a rough Hysteria. I didn't love to see that. Okay, we got... That's a... Why couldn't this card have stayed in our deck one more turn? Just one more turn, and we could have buffed it by having Galakron. All right. I mean, we're gonna draw some stuff here. We're gonna have a good turn next turn. Ooh, that's good. Whenever this attacks and kills a minion, you gain 10 armor, and it's now a 14/14. That's probably this or Runaway Blackwing are probably the two best cards to get this. I mean, Scion, the other Scion is great too. We're gonna have some fun next turn here. But yeah, that's pretty good. There you are. I was wondering where you were, Ritual Chopper, but we're gonna pull you. We're going to save this for a little bit of a wider board, I think, because we now have enough mana to hit one of these. So what we're going to do is we're going to swing into this. Ooh. Now our opponent certainly has more cards than us. Can make probably bigger swings than us. And then we have 55 health. between our armor. So we're doing okay. That's... Yeah, that's Hearthstone. We were doing okay. Damn, that's Hearthstone, isn't it? Well, do that. Give us some armor too. Do that. We're going to save this one because this one is, one, I don't want our opponent to know we have that one. And two, it's overkill for this. So, this is for when there's something we need to die. And then this is good. Look, we're going to play this soon because we've... Okay, well that does need to die. So we're not going to wait on it. I can't wait to finally be able to play N'Zoth, but it is not this turn. So we're going to hit this. We're going to hit this. We don't want to take 7 or 8. So we'll just do damage. We got our opponent back to 30, which is nice. And we're at 57, which is fine. I can't wait to play N'Zoth. I mean, we're a board clear on our side. There you go. There's the other plague. Hey, there's the other Plague of Death, which means our opponent can't Plague of Death us right now when we play N'Zoth. And what do we get? We get... Well, we get the worst Murloc possible. And we're not expecting a good pirate, so that's fine. We get to draw a pirate. And we get a pretty good dragon, and we get the only mech we've played. But we did get the worst possible Murloc, and that's a shame. We didn't even get the Murloc that buffs. Oh. And we got Awaken, so we can invoke and do some damage. Guess we'll do that. Invoke that. Should have attacked first. Fucked up. I fucked up. I am slightly tilted. It happens. Oh, wait. Let's do this. I am slightly tilted. We no longer have a win condition. So we will play this just to play it, and then we will concede. Because we no longer have a win condition. Because we no longer can build any sort of board. Now, we could have played another defensive card that would have given us armor. We could have played Barricade, because our board was going to be clear, but we weren't going to win that game, so we're going to concede, and that's okay. We don't lose any stars because we are at bottom ranked, but we'll play another game, because that's Hearthstone, baby. It's okay. That's part... Look, if everybody won every game, that would be impossible, because people have to lose for other people to win. So, our loss is that person's win. C'est la vie. Losing to a priest deck in standard, I don't love it, but it's the thing that's happening, and it happened. Again, I don't know if this deck is ever going to be good. We'll keep Barricade. We're going to leave that go. We're going to keep our invocability. We're going to keep our anchor, because we can coin that out in turn 2. Good way to look at it. Yeah, I mean, that's like, you know, look, when I lose to degenerate win more decks that are garbage, like Secret Priest or Secret Mage or Res Priest, that's a bummer. That wasn't a pure Res Priest, so okay.
What shall we hunt?
Well, our opponent got to play some cards, so we don't have any cards to play this turn. But next turn we can coin Anchor and get some pirates in our hand, or we can coin Awaken, which wouldn't make any sense. But Devoted Maniac. That's good. That's a good follow-up. We're going to hit this. Anchor. We're going to take out one of these friends here. And we'll get a pirate in our hand. Now we got some pirates. And we can add a random pirate to our hand. Maybe it'll be a great pirate that we'll be happy to have. We can also, yeah, depending on what they're playing, we can hit Awaken, beef up this friend to swing into something, and start evoking. Okay, that's not bad. I don't know if we want to do that, or if we want to roll the dice on a pirate. Hey, it's N'Zoth. Hi, N'Zoth. I think I want to invoke. Yeah, and get our friend. We'll get some pirates next turn, or we will barricade because we won't have any minions on the board, so we can barricade, or we can rush with our Devoted Maniac, depending on what our opponent plays. Because right now they haven't played anything substantial, which is good for us. Okay. So is this a no minions spell druid deck? Okay. Sure. I'll play a spell druid. I mean, you don't really run this card if you have minions. So I guess this is a spell druid. Okay. Sure. I have played some variations of spell druid before. I'll play a spell right back at you, druid. There you go. Have two 2/4s with taunt. And we got some options here for the next turn. We got our... do we have a dragon in our hand? Yes, we do. We have a dragon, so we can play that. 5 cost. Ooh, okay. There you go. All right. Now I assume our opponent is going to buff these minions and do a lot of damage to us in the future. So maybe we need to counter by having some random-ass Murlocs on the board. Maybe. Maybe we need to counter with that. Give us some Murlocs. Or we can try getting them down here with some Rush minions. We do have some Rush minions. Now, unfortunately, we cannot use this yet because it is not as powerful yet. But we can invoke again so we can play it next turn. So let's do that. And then let's also get ourselves a random card here, because that way we can start getting some of these minions off the board. Hey, why is that the pirate we got again? We got 2 of those last time. But anyway, now we're just going to take care of some of these. Try to have less of these things that can get buffed living on the board. And then next turn, we can run in several of these into them. See if we can maintain. I would like to get this down on the board, Scrap Golem, to have a mech in. I would like to get this pirate, or this, I mean, that's later turn. But yeah, I like to fit in Mech Golem, but it feels like next turn is going to be Scion of Ruin. Okay. Alright. Don't mind that. And what else you got? What are you going to hit me with? What are you going to hit? You got... I know you have spells. That's all you got. You drew a punch. Okay. Okay. What are you going to do? What? Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Little buff. Minor buffs. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. Lightning Bloom. Oh, no. Okay. That's not bad. That's not great. Preferred drink. Well, I'm drinking water on stream because, you know, I don't want to drink anything carbonated. So on stream, I am traditionally going to be drinking water. That's going to be my preferred drink there. Ooh, I got a... I'm just going to have to armor up here, and then this has got to go here, this has got to go here, this has got to go here. We're still in trouble. We are going to lose this game, certainly, but we've mitigated a little bit of it, so I'll go with that. But yeah, water is my preferred drink on stream. I am a Diet Pepsi fan myself for my favorite beverage to just have, because it's like, I'm going to put some ice in this glass and get myself some Diet Pepsi. The new Pepsi Max is preferred over, you know, regular old Diet. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So we can invoke. Here's the thing. I'm going to concede this game because we're going to lose. So we could play this. We could play this taunt. They got to get through it. We get some armor. That's the smart play. If you're going to stick around. The really smart play is to concede. We're going to hit this because what if we get a really cool Murloc? There are not cool Murlocs in Standard. This is a pretty decent Murloc. But it's still not enough. And then we'll play this because, like, maybe we'll get... Yeah, we'll play this Lackey. We're going to hit this... Yeah, here we go. Cool. And now we're going to concede because we didn't win. We're not going to win this game. It's okay. Yeah, it's all right. We'll play one more game of this in bottom tier Standard, and then we'll switch over to our other deck and see if I can get a little more traction over in Wild. So let's try one more new N'Zoth Warrior. And as I said, I can't even think this is a good version of this yet. There might not be a good version. I honestly think that of all of the, outside of Cthulhu, which you just get, of the old gods, the new versions of the old gods, the new gods, N'Zoth is bottom tier, which it used to be top tier, even beyond Cthulhu. It's not great. And that's a shame. We'll keep Barricade, we'll keep Boom Squad, because we don't have much to play on turn 1. And we got another Boom Squad, so now we got a turn 2 as well. So if we get a 1-drop that we want to play from our Lackey, Mech, or Dragon, then we're in good shape. We're playing a Paladin. This is probably a buff Paladin. Do we want to do a Lackey? Do we want to do a Mech we can play next turn? Yeah, I think we want to do a Mech we can play next turn. Having a turn 2 play sounds pretty good, because our opponent is probably either a hand buff or a board buff Paladin. Ooh, that's good too. We don't have a dragon yet for that. We kind of... So I didn't want to take the 9-drop because it's a 9-drop, but having a dragon would have helped with Skyfan, but it also would have helped with Molten Breath, which we didn't have at the time. So instead, I did get to play a minion, and we're going to attack with that minion. We drew... Okay, we've drawn N'Zoth 3 times while playing this. That's not fair, because this deck isn't good, so I shouldn't be able to draw good things. We're going to have so many duplicates. We're pulling out Circus Amalgam, which this card could be in this deck. It's not, but it could be in this deck, because it does have all minion types. So we're going to pull that because it activates our other card. So next turn we can play this. And we'll do that because we want to keep our opponent from having things. We would like to keep our opponent from having board presence, if we can. Alright, okay. Yep, get those 1-health minions from your deck. No problem. Gotcha. So we can deal 5 damage to that, which that feels, and get 5 armor, but that feels like a weird play. We can just get a 2/4, or we can heal up and we can swing into it, which is what I want to do. I want to do this. I want to use our armor for Dunk It on Fools and build up our armor. Next turn, I want to play Skyfin because eventually I'm going to play Circus Amalgam because it's taunt, and that's nice. But my goal is next turn to play Skyfin. Oh, you got Penflinger in here. Well, yeah, you get those the Librams down to 0, and you can just keep playing Penflinger. As long as you don't put your Libram on your Penflinger, in which case you'll lose them. Okay. Alright, Penflinger. Well, the nice thing is, I've got a lot of, hopefully, armor that you'll just be picking away at without doing much. So that's good. Yeah, we'll get Galakron. We should probably buff Galakron at some point. We could do we're going to play this card. Hell yeah. There we go. That's what I want to see. That doesn't really help us that much. And this draws a dragon. That's a Murloc we have in our deck already. So that's cool. And, hey, you don't get to keep Penflinger around. I'll get rid of that Penflinger. That's better than get rid of the 3/1, honestly. Also, if this lives, Then we could play Cursed Amalgam, and it'll be buffed. That's fun. Okay, yeah. Get your big taunt. Yep. That is a card you can play. You could play that card if you wanted to. You got every right to do that. I'm probably going to have to hit that for 5. I feel like I'm going to have to hit that for 5. Going to have to play Molten Breath because I got a dragon in hand. Yeah, you're going to swing into that? All right. Yeah, I mean, you got it. Ooh, hey, what's up? There's our dragon. Ooh, okay, that's good. Now, the problem is I don't have a follow-up to this, but I can't leave a 6/6 on the board. Like, a 6/6 has got to go. So we'll just have 11 armor. I have options for the next turn. I could draw 1 card and give it +4/+4. I'd like to buff this once more. Okay, yep, you lose Librams. Let's reduce those Librams. Okay, yep, and you have 1. Okay, now you got a 5/7. That's not great. Let's see, what do I got here? Oh, I got a weapon. Put the weapon on. I mean, I feel like I'm going to do this. Could have played this. And hero powered. But I think having 2 friends on the board is better. And I'm not going to take 5 just to pull out one of my Sky Raiders. So we'll just hold on to that and see if we can evoke to make it a better weapon. That's my thought right now. I don't know if this is going to work out. I mean, honestly, this is not a good deck. So I don't... If we could get to play N'Zoth again, that would be cool. If we could play this on turn 9 and play this on turn 10, that would be rad. Which makes me wonder if I should play this. Or just leave it in his hand for buffing. Ah, man. Alright. Well, oh, switching your weapon to heal yourself a little bit. Okay. Alright. Move that. Alright. We definitely got to play some taunts here. There's a Sky Raider. We're going to pull that out anyway. Do we do that? That just gives me 5 armor. Changes my hero power. I think I want to keep my hero power. See what a random... Maybe that's bad order. We should have probably started there. Alright. Sticky Fingers is a pirate you can play. Should this deck have Sticky Fingers in it? Maybe this deck does need Sticky Fingers. Maybe this deck needs Sticky Fingers? Question mark? A good quote-unquote good pirate? For opponent, I mean, opponent's going to use that weapon. Look, if I had played this first, I don't think I would have played this instead of a taunt to steal their weapon, because we have a weapon in our hand. Maybe I would have. I definitely don't think I would have. Alright. Can do 7 in my face, huh? Didn't even notice. Didn't even cause me to pause. What if I pulled out one of my other invoke cards next turn? What if I did that? I mean, I'm probably going to play this, but what if I did? And what if I did? I mean, I'm probably going to play Runaway Blackwing and hope that I deal damage to this one and not... Well, I mean, any of them will be good. We're going to take a lot of hit. Okay, so we got that. So what's better? This, making my weapon better, which I have nothing to swing into. This and this? Yeah, that's better. Invoking this so I can draw 2. Yeah, that is better. I mean, look, there is a great... And we got 5, so... Swing into it. It's not good. It's not a good choice. But... it also means that when I play Galakron, I hopefully won't pull the other Sky Raider, which is good, or I wouldn't have pulled that. So that's all right. Look, I kind of want to play this before I play N'Zoth, but I'm not in a good board position to do that. So we're not in the board position for that. We're probably going to play Galakron next turn. See what happens with Galakron. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good play. It is a play. I'd like to see what I get. If I can't play Scion of Ruin if I draw it, but If I draw tasty fly fish, I can play that. We'll get 2 minions I can buff. That's something. Depends on what we pull here. We pull a Scion or Ruin. Yikes! Yikes! Ritual Chopper. That doesn't help me. Alright, we're playing this. We're waiting. Oh, hey, what's up? Well, that doesn't help me yet, but it will eventually.
I have no master.
Alright, we're playing this so that next turn we can play N'Zoth and then lose. But we're gonna do this. There you go. Because we'll get it back when we play N'Zoth again. And that's pretty fun. I mean, if our opponent plays a great weapon, I guess we'll play Sticky Finger. But they've played 2 weapons, so... Cool! You had that card! Of course, why wouldn't you? That's part of the package. Oh, and you have the Rush version of it, too. Cool, so you can just... trade both into my 9/9, get rid of my 9/9. I get it, no problem. Have we played any... We have played 1 mech. We played one of our scrap golems. So... we could pull that. Although maybe we'll pull the other taunt, the amalgam. But yeah, we'll play N'Zoth next turn. I don't know. We'll see what's up. Maybe it'll turn out great. Okay, yeah, I was like, why? You can't have that. First day at school. I was confused for a moment. Alright, we're going to play N'Zoth because we drew N'Zoth. We should play N'Zoth. Oh, what's up, Tasty Fit? Alright, let's play N'Zoth. Let's see what's up. Hell yeah. We got our amalgam as our taunt. That's our mech, apparently. But we got our dragon back, which is cool. Oh, no, this is our mech. Oh, I forgot about that guy. Yeah. Okay. Well, you may have noticed that our 9/9 that does 9 damage to random enemy did 9 damage to the 1-drop. The 1/1. Not the 9/9 or the 7/7. The 1/1. And that, my friends, is fucking Hearthstone. There's no good way around that. That's just fucking Hearthstone, my friends. Oh, let's see what they're doing here. Cool, cool. I mean, I guess we'll play Galakron, see what's up. We got no low-cost friends for Galakron there. Oh, wait. What the fuck? What are you doing? Why do you have this in your deck? Why do you have Silas Darkmoon in your deck? What are you doing with Silas Darkmoon in your deck? I mean, I like it. Why do you have Silas Darkmoon in your deck? To get around taunts so you can do lethal? That's a weird... It's just it's a choice. It's a weird choice. You've got Silas Darkmoon in your deck. That is a thing in your deck. Weird. Weird. I guess... Do we buff Gal... Yeah, I guess we... I don't know. We don't have a dragon in our hand, but we'll... That way we get this here. Take some damage there. Guess we're gonna hit this. Hit this. I mean, we're at 19 health. It's not good. We've got... Our win condition isn't really a win condition. It's Galakron, which will give us 5 more armor. We're gonna pull 4 minions out of our deck, which is gonna be all the rest of our minions. Oh, there's the other Penflinger. Yep, there's your other Libram. Oh, yep. Expecting that to be there. Sure.
I do love a good.
Okay, drop pupil. Yep, yep. Cool, cool. You got that card too. Cool. And you gotta put a Libram of Wisdom on it. I mean, you gotta. That's the jam. You gots to. Okay. Well, we found an Awaken. So let's
Born to fly.
hit this. And no, well, that's the wrong order. So we'll hit Awaken first. Then we got a cool weapon, which is fun. So we'll equip the cool weapon. Get a bunch of damage here. Okay, 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 okay. I mean, if we can live this turn, we're doing all right. We're not doing that terrible. I think our opponent, like, we're doing better because our opponent is doing, like, nonsense things like, yeah, because now we have 3 9/8s. Our opponent is doing kind of nonsense things like putting Silas Darkmoon in their deck. So,
Don't keep your
and if they
thoughts to
play another weapon, we've got Sticky Finger. We could just steal their weapon? This is a silly thing to say right now. We could win this. We could. I mean, we've got big taunts. We've got big rush minions. So we could play some rush minions and some taunt here. I kind of want to save my 3 9/8s. So I guess I'll play Vargoth into this. I don't know, we play that into that. Yeah, let's get some taunts. Okay. Let's get 1 rush minion in. That's big and bold. And let's do a bunch of face damage. Do that. We'll do 8 to their face. Okay. We also have Kronks, which will do some things that are great. It has an options of a bunch of different things, like buffing all my minions, or doing direct face damage, or healing me. Okay, and they played Libra of Justice now, when we still have our other big swing board. And we can steal their Libra of Justice if we wanted. Which I think like we probably should, just because we have a Sticky Fingers, we should probably play it. Yep, and then we got an 8/8 that can do, that can give us a lot of armor, which is great. We still have Molten Breath. Do we have a dragon? We don't have a... Oh, we have a dragon in our hand there, so if we draw a Molten Breath, we can use that, which would be good. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna... steal their weapon. Silly thing to say, but I think we are. Would like to be able to hit that, so maybe we're playing Sign of Ruin. There's Awaken. That'll swing that off. So we like that. So we're going to hit Awaken. Get rid of that. We're going to steal that weapon? I don't think we're going to steal that weapon. Because I kind of have other things I want to play. Yeah, I think we're going to do this. Then we'll just have a bigger... Yeah, just hit him. Just hit him. They don't have much healing left. I think they probably have another Librum of Justice. We won! We won! Woo! I'm gonna hit the cowboy nose there. We won with a very not great deck. We survived and we won. Aristophan's here. Hi, Aristophan. Oh, that's a woo! All right. Yeah, so most of the chat appreciate that. Look, that Paladin had some goofiness in there, and had Silas in there. I don't know what Silas was doing in there. Unless it just couldn't draw its OTK. But we beat that deck. We won a game with my new N'Zoth warrior that I need to keep working on. But we're going to switch to Wild. Because we got to go out on a high note on that deck. We're still playing, obviously. So we're going to try our Grand Spite Hunter. Again, this is not a great deck, but it's a fun deck. And you'll get to hear me be salty about it. About when we draw all our spells. We just draw all our spells. Let's go and quote tweet. I won with my N'Zoth warrior. So it's time try a
versus
worse
Ramsey.
but more fun
Have some
deck.
fun.
Just retweeting out there, putting the word out that we're going. Okay, so we want to keep Spiteful Summoner. We have a good turn 1. We got a good turn 3. We're keeping it. Keeping this hand. Because, here's the thing. Every card we draw could be one of the 4 cards we don't want to draw. Also, we kind of don't want to draw Grand Archivist, but we really don't want to draw Call of the Wild or the Grand Slam. Because our deck is play cards that then let you play the spells for free. So we don't want to draw those spells. Because we don't want to be playing those spells. And we're playing a Warlock, which is great. Love playing a Warlock like this. Let's just do face damage. Look, honestly, we just want to hit turn 6 so we can play Spiteful Summoner. That's all we want to do, is play Spiteful Summoner on turn 6. Ooh, that's good. With that, yeah. Let's do that. We'll see what happens here. We're just asking for our opponent to clear our board here. We're begging them, please clear our board. If we had something to play, we'd have played. They had played a minion. We played Diving Griffin because it's going to pull one of the other Diving Griffins or the Ziliax out of our deck, which is just thins our deck a little bit, which is helpful. Really, we just want to make it to turn 6 so we can play Spiteful Summoner and get an 8-drop or a 10-drop, which would be rad. Because that's on turn 6 when you're playing an 8-drop and the 4/4. That's a big turn. All right, we are going to... And there you go. This is why this deck hurts your soul. Is because we pulled in a Grand Slam. So now we have 3 spells in our deck for turn 6. And it's sad. We are going to get our damage in. Because this is probably going to be a 3/9 with Taunt. So even though this is going to be a 3/3 when this goes into it. I don't remember the other Driving Griffin. We still want to get our damage in. Oh, it's another 3/4. Bad luck, my friend. It's another 3/4. But they can trade this into this now, which is also a bummer. But I wanted to get that 2 damage in because we were, as a 4/3, we weren't going to swing into a 3/9. All right. Oh, that's rough. Oh. Our opponent was looking forward to playing this very soon, and they didn't get to. We played it instead, and we're going to rush right into it. We're winning right now by just being a Beast Hunter. Which doesn't feel great because I want to be a Spiteful Summoner / Grand Archivist. But our opponent has 8 health right now. I mean, okay, there's our Grand Archivist. So, let's see if we get an 8-drop or a 10-drop. We are more likely to get an 8-drop. Let's see what we get. Now, we're going to get an 8-drop. Are there bad 8-drops? Yes, in Wild, there definitely are. That's not one of them, though. Look, there's an 8-drop that's a 1/1. We got probably the best 8-drop, and we got one of the best cards to get out of that. So, that's a very good 8. That's a broken 8-drop. Because it's an 8/8 with Taunt that gives you stuff. All right. If we can make it turn 8, we can play Grand Archivist, which would be really fun. If we get Seeping Oozling, we can play it with the Rush. Yikes. Oh, that's... Oh, did we just win? We won on turn 6. No. You had enough. Okay. We didn't win on turn 6. We got a second Grand Archivist. I mean, I think I'm just gonna... I think I'm just gonna hit him for 5. I think I should just hit them for 5. I mean, look, next turn, if they don't concede, we're gonna play our Grand Archivist. We have lethal on board now. There's an 8/8, cool. Do you have the minion? Can you taunt it?
My shield
You can taunt it. Okay, great. We're not dead yet. All right. They're not dead yet, I should say. All right, and you got some health. All right. I'm gonna... So at the end of this turn, we will either have several 3/5s, 4 3/5s that will attack into things, or we will have a bunch of other things. So we're going to swing in anyway. We're still going to swing in because we could clear it. We'll see what we get. We got the 8. Okay. Got Call of the Wild. We pulled it out of our deck. We played it. We now have a taunt, which is great. That will kill that if this runs into it with taunt. And we're 50-50 for getting the other slam. We can also rush some things in if we need to rush some things in. Okay, that's not a big taunt. I'm not worried about that. What else you got? Got other things? Okay, gonna take care of that. Gonna take care of that. All right. Well, we get that when that dies, so... Oh, they conceded. Okay. Yay! Yay! We won 2 games in a row! All right. You know... Our opponent was playing Warlock, but they weren't playing, like, Zoo Lock. And I don't even think they were playing, Soul Lock. So, okay, I'll take it. And we hit gold. We're in gold 6. That's good. For this early in the month, that's pretty good. I'll take it. But yeah, let's try again. We got 2 wins in a row. I will take another win. All right. I do want to remind you, my model kit building returns tomorrow night, as always, Thursday night, building some model kits. But next Wednesday, for the first time ever, Prepare with Bear. The Prepare with Bear workshop happens next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm making 2 dishes. We're going to keep all of this. On turn 5, we're going to play Oozling. On turn 6, we're going to play Spiteful, depending on how many spells are still in our deck. We might reverse that. Or if we've drawn both of our Vanguards or both of our Archivists. We'll see. But we're going to coin one of these on turn 5. But yeah, I'm going to be preparing 2 dishes, an appetizer and a main course. Please come and watch that next Wednesday. It's going to be fun. We got our Summoner, so we are definitely going to coin Summoner. Because... yeah, I definitely want to get these summoners out. Yeah, so next week should be really fun. The bonus stream next week will be good. My first cooking stream. I'm going to have basically this kind of setup a bit, or my build setup, I should say. The overhead camera, and do I want to use this just for? Just go face. I don't really have anything to play here. Next turn I have got that, which is good. Yeah, I'm going to have the overhead camera for my prep. I'm going to have this camera for me. I'm also going to have my phone as a third camera because OBS Ninja lets you easily do that. So I'm going to use my phone as a third camera, and that will be over the stove. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to rig my camera up. I have a tripod thing for it. So I can put this on a tripod. Oh, we got to play our hand here. Sorry. We'll play this and get rid of the 2/3. Great. I know what I can play on turn 4. I've got options for turn 4. But we know what our turn 5 is going to be, and it's going to be Spiteful. Ooh, Prismatic Lens. Our opponent is going to try to play a summon 7 Murlocs from their deck. That is what our opponent is going to do. They are going to summon 7 Murlocs for cheap. I assume that is what this deck is doing. Our opponent is playing Murloc Paladin, and that is interesting. All right. Let's just do this. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, our opponent is playing a weird deck, so I don't mind fighting them with our weird deck. Yeah, so that's next week. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to have 3 cameras. Well, I mean, we're swapping to 2. Yep, and all right, and that's why I want to kill that. Okay, great. So there's a Grand Archivist. Cool, cool, cool. Let's hit. Look, we could hit this. It's gonna have. It's gonna pull the other Grand Archivist. That's too slow. We gotta try to turn this board real fast. 10 drop, 8 drop. Okay. The best 8 drop or the worst 8 drop? What are we gonna get? Oh, we got a great 8. We got a great 8 drop because we can do this, and we can do this, and then we're gonna leave it because it doesn't kill it. So we're just gonna leave it. That's a good 8 drop. For this board, that was a very good 8 drop. One more attack and we could have cleared the board, but that's okay. It happens. Hey, there's your anything can happen. Yep, there's your anything. Yeah, that's a big board you got there, my friend. There's a spell which sucks, but that means that we're drawing a 10 drop right now. What 10 drop are we gonna get? What 10 drop are we gonna get? What 10 drop are we gonna get? We got. All right. I mean, it's a 10-10 for 10. Not the best 10 drop, but it's good. All right, let's get some low health friends to die here. Gotta kill a bunch of low health minions. Do that. Gotta do that. And then we've gotta kill this. And then we'll kill that. And we still have 14 damage on the board on turn 6. So, okay. Feeling all right. We can play this and this, which will pull the 8 drop out, which is good. Although our opponent doesn't have anything for us to, for this to die to. So that sucks. But we're still going to do it. So we get an 8 drop out there, which is good. We do also get to do damage to things, which is good. And then we get to do 14 to the face, which is very good. And we can play Grand Archivist on our next turn and pull one of our Grand Slams. Yeah, there's the tip to scales. There's the tip to scales. And there's the tip to scales. Big board. My friend, that's a big board. That's a big board. Okay. Alright. And our opponent conceded because we were going to do 15 damage. We could do 17 damage, so. Alright, hey! That's our 3rd win in a row. This deck is not good, but we are low ranked enough in Wild that we are playing weird decks, and our okay weird deck is winning. But that is 3 wins in a row. Ah, hell yeah. I'm going to get some free cards at the end of the month. Let's take it. I mean, we're going to play again with this deck. We're on a winning streak here. 3 wins in a row. 1 win that was with the other deck, 2 wins with this deck. We'll take it. But yeah, I'm psyched. I'm psyched tomorrow to start the Kyrios after we finish the other deck we've been playing. Okay, so we don't want we definitely don't want this. Gotta keep that in your deck. We'll keep the Vanguard to pull the other. This is bad. This isn't good, but okay, Desert Spear. I have thought of switching Desert Spear out with that 1-cost weapon that, or 0-cost weapon, or 1-cost weapon with 0 attack that lets you choose what card, if you want to have a card get pulled out of your deck or not. It's nice to have for this kind of deck, but okay. Secret Mage. So our first Lost in Wild of the night is here. What's up? One of these silver Vanguards is completely useless. We probably should have put this back in our deck and just kept the Grand Archivist, but that's okay. Cool, cool, cool. All right, it was rigged fair game, so let's keep a mental note of that. That was rigged fair game. The nice thing is, we aren't going to play any spells, so counterspell doesn't hurt us. But it does mean that counterspell, if they play it, they can then have it to use it for other things, like if you have, you know, spell, or if you have secrets on the board or whatever. So it's not the best. So let's do this. Okay, we don't know what it is yet, but we'll do that, and we're just gonna rush in. Cool. So we have a better idea. It's probably Counterspell or Explosive Ruin. It could be Ice Block. They're just gonna play Ice Block this early.
I intend to
All right, cool, cool, cool. That Conjurer, that's a bummer when you're not gonna counter their spells. So we'll just play that. Do that. Okay, it was Explosive Ruin. Cool. Well, now they don't have a secret, so that's good. Guess we're gonna take 4 to get rid of one of them. Look, this isn't going to go well, but maybe we can get to turn 8 and play our Grand Archivist. We drew one of our spells. It's always bad when that happens. But, like, also, if this deck works well, it's not going to do great against Secret Mage. So, it's okay. We don't have the means to kill it, so we will just go face. And just hit with that. Fine. Let's hit with that. Well, at least we don't want them to hit their other Rig Fair game. But it's probably not Rig Fair game. Could be. It could be the other Rig Fair game. I don't know. Cool, cool. Great. On curve. Doing a bunch of damage to a face. Yes, please. Do everything that Secret Mage is supposed to do. There's our other spell. Not that it matters. We're going to concede this one because we don't. We'll just hit that. We don't have anything. We can't. There were a bunch of cards. Like, if we pulled Spiteful, we might have been able to survive. We could have pulled Diving Griffin. Griffin. We could have maybe done something with that. Instead, we pulled out our 10-drop spell that we don't want. And we lost. We lost our first game. We did win 2 games with this deck, so that's okay. But that's, yeah. That's alright. I'm not feeling too bad about that. Like to stay on goal 3 for the night, but that's okay. Let's try to get another win in. Keep it going. Keep it grooving. Keep it moving. I was trying to say keep it moving, and I said keep it grooving, which isn't wrong, but is wrong.
Rexa versus Gul'dan.
All right. Well, we definitely don't want these, so these go back. We'll keep the other 2. I have Guacacrawler in here for the odd instance that I run into someone who's playing Pirates. I never do. But it's a decent... Look, it's a 2-drop that is a 2/3. It's a beast, so it can get buffed. All right, our opponent's playing that. That's fun. So there's some good stuff here with it. All right, our opponent is going to be drawing a lot, which could mean they don't have a lot to play on some turns. So that could be good for us. Do I want to play? Yeah, let's just play that. Let's put some 1-drops out on there. Put some 1-drops out on the board. Maybe we can buff our Scavenge Hyena by having something for it to...
side effects.
Yeah, we can. There you go. Sure.
Trust me.
Great. Hey, it's Seeping Oozling. That's good. We'll play that on turn 5. We'll coin that out. Let's do this. Give ourselves a 6/4. On turn 2, we got ourselves a 6/4, friends. And we got something that our opponent needs to target. They're not going to play a pirate, so these are just going to be 2/3s, but they're okay 2/3s. But we also have this if their opponent plays something else. Oh, wow, this is double Cthulhu War... This is... This is double Cthulhu, Old Cthulhu, New Cthulhu, Quest Warlock. I mean, we're going to the distance with this one, friends. We're going to see what happens with this deck. This is beautiful. I'm thrilled to be fighting against this deck. I can't imagine we're going to be able to play
Of course, it's the right way.
like our Grand Arc. Like, we're going to be able to play cards with this deck. Because this is a nonsense thing that our opponent's doing. We could also lose... well, there's Call of the Wild, which sucks. That sucks that we drew Call of the Wild. It very much sucks. But, like... this kind of rules. I'm very into whatever's happening here. Our opponent is just, like, going for it in a way that I'm really into. Playing Quest... double Cthulhu. Sure. Hasn't played any of the mid-range Cthulhu cards yet. Probably is going to get them. Has a long way to go as far as finishing quest. What? And this is why we don't like this deck, friends. Because this happens. Half of our spells have been drawn. When this dies, we will pull out a card. We will pull out the Grand Archivist, which will play one of our 2 remaining spells. But we don't have... we only have 2 spells. And that's why this deck is infuriating. Aw, they're going to stall us out. Boo earns. Pull the Spiteful. Pull the Spiteful. Two chances for the Spiteful. Animated Broomstick. 2 chances for that Spiteful. They froze us. Rude. Just rude. Alright. Please take out my 5-4 before we draw any more spells. Do not have another freeze minion card. Take out my 5-4. Okay. Alright. Well, you didn't even take out my 5-4. Spiteful Summoner. Great. We're going to play both of these cards. This is going to be rad. So first we do this. Awesome. Then we play this. 50-50 of... no, the 8-drop. Okay, we get an 8-drop here. What's our 8-drop going to be? The best 8-drop. And now... our deck does the cool things our deck does. Hell yeah. What's up to Grand Slam? Hit the... yeah, there you go. And a hit face. Yeah. Yeah. And then, ooh, the Frostmourne. Yeah. Now that's a turn to Hearthstone in our complete nonsense deck. That's a turn to Hearthstone. Look at this board. Oh, we're going to take some damage here. Who cares? That's a turn of Hearthstone. Oh, okay. So in one turn, we summoned, we swung with a 6-drop, which summoned an 8-drop. Then we played a 6-drop, which summoned a random 8-drop, the best 8-drop. And then the 8-drop that we pulled out of our deck played a 10-cost card, which summoned 3 3/4s, one of which cleared the minion, and the other 3 went face. And that was our turn 6. Or 7. It was turn 7. So sometimes this deck fucking rules. And sometimes it doesn't. But I'm so glad that we've had a couple wins with this tonight. We're going to keep going for a little while longer. I got another 15, 20, 30 minutes left in me. A couple more games probably. Or honestly, I've got 1 bad game left in me and 2 good games, right? One real like soul-crushing game will be the last one. But I'm glad you've gotten to see some of this. And you're watching this later on YouTube. What's up, YouTube? Trying to give you a shout out during the streams. I'm glad you're going to get to witness this too. You've been playing in Magic Arena. Big swings. Lots of fun when it goes off. The Tybalt deck. Yeah, big swings. We're We're going to keep all of this. That's the thing about this deck that sucks is you kind of, if you don't have a spell in your hands, you don't mulligan anything. You just keep whatever you have because you don't want to draw them ever. We're playing against Hunter. This is probably, this could be Mech Hunter, could be Death Rattle Hunter, could be Secret Hunter. We're honestly bad at any Hunter deck that we're going to play here. There is no good Hunter deck for us. I guess 3 health. Beast Hunter. The only deck we'd be good at right now is Grand Spite Hunter, which I can't imagine our opponent is playing. They're playing Secrets, so yeah, I can't imagine they were going to do that. I kind of don't want to do that, so let's see what that... Okay. Okay. And let's just crackling. Taunt. We can taunt it. We could have got 1 more damage at it, but it's 1 damage. I am hoping that this... I mean, this is either Pack Tactics. It's probably Pack Tactics or Open the Cage. Petting Zoo. Yeah. This is a Secret Hunter deck. Okay, we drew our Grand Archivist, which is something. Alright, we should know now. I mean, if this is Pressure Plate, that's great for us, because I don't expect to be playing... Yeah, that's probably Pressure Plate, then. Could be Dart Trap, but it's probably not. Could be Cat Trick, which is also great for us, because those are not things that we care about. But I guess maybe it's Rat Trap. I bet it's probably Pressure Plate. It could be Hidden Cache, but it's probably Pressure Plate. Pressure Plate. Dart Trap is very rare to see people play.
Come midnight.
Okay. Now you're going to have more secrets. Hey, you have more secrets. This is a cool card. This is a cool-ass card. Oh, we got our Spiteful for next turn. Hell yeah, we got our Spiteful for next turn. All right, so we'll see. Is it... No, it's not Snipe. That's great. Put Rush in there. Okay. Well, cool. That's probably bad. Yeah, it's supposed to drop. Okay. I didn't play that as good as I could have. I could have had... the 1-4, if I had not used the 1-4 there, it would have survived as a 1-2, so that is a mistake. I now have an empty board. But we're gonna play Spiteful Summoner next turn, so we're already doing great. Okay. You don't like to see that. That's what I'm saying, right? That's this deck, right? We pulled out one of our 4 spells right before we're gonna play this, decreasing our chance of pulling a 10-drop. We're still gonna get an 8-drop. Could we get the best 8-drop possible? Maybe. We got one of the best 8-drops. It's not the best one, because it's not the taunt that gives us a card, but it is an 8/8 for 8. Choose a friendly minion, add a 10 to a copy of your hand that costs 10. We didn't get that. Yikes. Our opponent is building a big friend, which we don't like to see. Alley Cat, okay. Well, we don't really have much of an option here. We're just going to do the 8. It was not Dart Trap. I was pretty confident it wasn't Dart Trap. Okay, so we're going to play this, which is either going to play a Call of the Wild, which would be great, or Grand Slam, which will also be great. We got options of great. Yikes. Oh, great. That's not good. It's not good. Why did you have that? You weren't supposed to have something good. Okay. So, either we kind of clear the board, or we build some defense. Either is good. Call of the Wild's not bad. I'll take Call of the Wild, no problem. Because we get some defense, we get some buffs. We still have a 5/7 for them. They have to. I mean, you know, they have to think about this 5/7. They have to. I get to absorb. You know, they have to do 4 damage, which they can, unfortunately. But they can do 4 damage there, and so on the board they can do 15 damage, which is terrible. That's a lot of damage because I have 20 health. So they can do 15 now because they can swing this in here and do that. They're taking a long time to pick the card they want from tracking, which is probably good for us. I don't... Oh, because of Wind Fury. Wait, they can do even more. Shit. Shit, I forgot that I had Wind Fury. Shit. Wow, we don't have any health. Wow, we don't have any health. So... Well, that's got to go here. And then... that's going to go here. And then if this is explosive, we just lose. We just lose as explosive. So we could have not swung, and then the Grand Slam could have maybe had us win, but that also wasn't going to work. That's okay. Oh, cool. Hey, we hit level 69. Nice. Yeah, there's my reward for going to level 69, my level 68 reward, which is 50 gold. So that's nice. That's nice. Let's play another game. We could have not swung, but here's the thing. We weren't going to win without swinging because we only had 2 health. And our opponent has 2 cost hero power that does 2 damage because we don't have any healing in this deck. So we weren't going to win without swinging. We had to swing and hope they didn't have explosive, which they did. But if they didn't have explosive and we swung with both, maybe the Grand Slam to go face and maybe we can win, but that was a long shot. So we shot our shot, folks. And again, we lost to, you know, Secret Hunter. Our opponent's playing Secret Hunter. I'm happy about that. I'm way more happy about Secret Hunter than Secret Mage. Now we're playing against Priest, and that sucks. And we don't want it. We're going to keep Shandu Wildclaw because Shandu is cool. We're going to get rid of the Grand Slam because we don't want that, and we'll keep our 1-drops because we can play some 1-drops. And then we instantly put a spell in our deck to get a new spell out, which is the bullshit part of this deck. Oozling, that's good. That's a turn 6. That's fine. Unless we buff one of these next turn with our Razor Maw, we'll most likely do this where we just buff all our beasts because that's helpful.
Is someone injured?
We wouldn't want to become a 1/1. Oh, there's a Ziliax. Okay. Well, we'll just do some damage. Now our opponent can certainly swing into one of these, heal itself. But if it's healing itself to draw, that's okay, because then it's not healing its face. So, alright. Random Love. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. I mean, I most prefer that you just go... Oh, well, now we can get rid of it. That's cool. We'll do that instead. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of your draw engine. Your draw engine's done. Do we have anything on our board? No. But we can play this next turn, which is fine. We can play this turn 5. We can play this turn 6. We got some options of things we can do. Shadow Visions. That's some of your mana. I'm glad to take that. Please. Waste some mana. Sounds good to me. We drew one of our other spells. Again, this deck can be a real bummer. Let's keep our swing. Let's keep our swing. We don't need a 1/1 out there when we got a 3/3. Okay. Well, okay, so we're playing this deck, which is fine. We theoretically can have a big enough swing turn as long as we don't keep drawing all our spells. Because right now we have drawn half of our spells, which is obviously terrible. But, and our opponent can heal face fully, which is a problem. For free, I should say. But if we don't keep drawing our spells, we can play a Seepling Ooze on 6 and 7 and maybe get some stuff done. Hey, Pat, when's your birthday, if you don't mind asking? Totally understand if you're not. No, that's okay. My birthday is June 23rd. I did this past June, I did a Jackbox stream where I invited guests to play Jackbox with me on stream. We did pull one of these, so one of our Seeping Ooze is, might end up being bad, but might end up being okay. But we'll probably play Vanguard next. But yes, birthday there, and yeah, I did a birthday stream. It was very fun to stream with people. They weren't on camera, they were all just in Discord, but you could hear them. So, that was really fun. But yeah, June 23rd is my birthday. It was weird celebrating my 40th birthday in complete isolation. That was strange. I mean, I had people, obviously, on the Discord call, I should say, not the Zoom call. But it was still very weird to not have people. Not seeing a single person face-to-face on my birthday. That was weird. For my 40th. It was strange. So, I don't know if we're going to play Vanguard. We'll probably play Vanguard. Because it's... Unless we have another thing to do with 1 mana, we'll probably just play Vanguard. Because it does die easier. We'll pull that 8-drop out. I don't think our opponent's going to give anything for our 5-4 to get into. So, we might as well get a 7-7 out. Or a 3-3 out. Yeah, I mean... No, that's not better. Well, so it is better because I can then build our board up. But if anything dies, yeah, it's a 5-4. So here's the thing. I'm going to play this because it's a 5-4, so it does more damage, even though our opponent can keep healing. And it doubles the chance that one of these is going to go off, bringing out the 4-7. So I'm going to do that because at least it can hit, and we can do 11 damage or 13 damage next turn, which is good. And we'll save Wolftinger, because really, there's a 50-50 chance we're going to summon 3 minions or 4 minions, so I kind of need the board to be a little light. I don't need to fill the board up here. That is the problem with this Hunter deck, is its best case scenarios are tough, because you need board space. I feel the same. Mine was the 25th of Jan. And thankfully... that's... I'm going to hit WoW on that one. Because WoW. Mine was the 25th of January, and thankfully I moved back into my folks' home recently so I could see some people at least. Sad to not see everyone like years past. Yeah, I'm also currently... well, let's just play Call of the Wild. Fuck it. We've got it. Let's play a spell and buff all our shit. Obviously, this does suck if our opponent kills one of these two, but we just did a ton of damage to their face. So, yeah, if we only draw a couple things because one of these dies, it's a shame. Yeah, so I'm with my folks, which means I do get to see some of them. Yes, it is ham time. We're going to get... It's just our friends. Our friends just decided to show up. You know? Face friend, buff friend, and taunt friend. All the friends are here.
What is a loon's
I don't know.
will?
What is a loon's will? A loon's will could be clearing my board so that I summon 2 Grand Archivists while I still have spells in my deck. I don't know if that's true. It might be true. That's what the kids are saying. Mass hysteria. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. I got 2 4-7s. My next turn is going to end pretty cool. So here's the thing. Yes. It's going to pull both spells. There's not going to be board space for all of them. I have to hope they pulls the Grand Slam first, because then I get more in the Grand Slam. So we can either win right now or build a very big board. And we don't know what it's going to be. We don't want to pull any minions. So let's roll the dice. Which one are you giving me? The Grand Slam. We win. We win. We get in the Grand Slammed. The Grand Slam first. They get in the Grand Slammed. And we win. And then call the Wild second, which would have only given us 1 to Grand Slam, which would have done 4 damage to face, which also meant we would have won. So either way, we won, but I prefer to do the Grand Slam because it's better. But yes, we won. And that is going to do it for the stream. We are going out on a victory. We're going out hitting gold 2, I believe. Yeah, we're in gold 2. Sitting pretty. Trying to move up. But yeah, that is going to do it for our game. And thanks, everybody, for hanging out. We are, of course, going to raid, because that is what we do over here on stream, is we go and raid somebody to share the love. So we are going to find somebody to go and hang out with and raid. Have a good night. Hope to hop on tomorrow night. Well, I hope you do as well. Tomorrow's stream, as mentioned, is another build stream. We are finishing up a kit. We are finishing up the Anima Rize, and then we are moving on to the Kyrios, because I haven't built the Kyrios yet, and it was the poll thing, and I spent a lot of money on it, so we're going to do that. Who's we got? Oh, who do we got hanging out here? Who's playing? How long has Ben been playing? Ben is playing at night. That is very rare. Well, when did Bengineering go live? Bengineering went live 2 hours ago. Well, I don't know how much longer Ben's going to be doing, but we never get to raid Ben, so we're definitely gonna go raid Bengineering. I don't know how much time he has left. He's painting figures, Warhammer figurines, which rules. And Ben is one of the nicest people in the world. So we're going to go raid Ben, because that's just a cool thing we get to do. So feel free to come along that. It's honestly one of the closest things to what I do here normally is, he's painting Warhammer figurines. That's the closest thing to model kit building. We never raid anything that's similar to what I do. Of course, we didn't do that tonight. We played Hearthstone. But feel free to come along on the raid. I hope to see you on the next Build with Bear. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.